What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams. Happy Monday, and we're about to kick off our final double feature of the month as we take a look at Pocketful of Miracles, starring Glenn Ford, Bette Davis, Hope Lane, Peter Falk, Arthur O'Connell, Sheldon Leonard, and Anne Margaret. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, it's Monday, so happy Monday. We have three more movies to take a look at this month that were hand selected by my girlfriend, which means that today is another double feature. First, we're going to take a look at Pocketful of Miracles, and then at the top of the half hour, we're going to take a look at a film called The Great Race. But that's then, this is now. Let's get into Pocketful of Miracles. And as our movie opens, Dave the Dude is a very successful New York City gangster who has one superstition. He believes that the apples that he buys from the alcoholic street peddler, Apple Annie, bring him luck. Annie assures the dude that his latest purchase is especially lucky. He then meets Elizabeth Queenie Martin, the daughter of a friend and speakeasy owner who was recently murdered for owing a lot of money to the wrong people. Queenie offers to pay him $5 a week from her cashier's salary toward the $20,000 that is owed to him. Instead, trusting Annie's claim, he decides to make Queenie a nightclub star. To the astonishment of his right-hand man, Joy Boy, he succeeds, and Queenie is able to pay off all of her father's debts after only 2 years, just as Prohibition ends. Dave has an important meeting with the very powerful underworld boss from Chicago, Steve Mr. Big Darcy. Darcy is debating whether or not to allow Dave to control the New York territory in exchange for $50,000 as a token of good faith. Dave counters by demanding $100,000 as a token of Darcy's good faith. Meanwhile, Annie has an illegitimate daughter named Louise, whom she sent to Europe as a baby. In her letters to Louise, she masquerades as wealthy socialite Miss E. Worthington Manville and sends Louise the money that she gets from the dude and various other beggars and panhandlers. Louise, who is now all grown up, is bringing her Spanish fiance Carlos and his father, Count Alfonso Romero, to meet her. Annie has been pretending that she resides in a luxurious hotel by writing her letters on stolen hotel stationery and has Luis's letters mailed there, intercepted for her by an employee. However, the employee is fired when this is discovered. Queenie insists that the dude help Annie in continuing her charade. The dude reluctantly goes along with it, worried that his luck would run out otherwise. Now, Queenie has the bedraggled Annie made up to look like a sophisticated socialite, while the dude borrows an out of town friend's luxurious penthouse suite, complete with Hudgens, the butler. The dude then also arranges for the cultured pool hustler, Judge Henry G. Blake, to pose as Annie's husband. When the dude keeps postponing finalizing the deal with Mr. Big in order to help Annie, Joy Boy becomes increasingly exasperated and frightened. The dude manages to engineer a lavish reception with New York's mayor and governor as guests the night before Louise and her impressed future husband and father in law sail back to Europe, none the wiser about Annie's true identity. Mr. Big agrees to the dude's terms, but the dude decides to marry Queenie and settle down as our movie comes to its close. This movie definitely fell into the I had no idea what to expect category, despite the fact that it came highly recommended from my girlfriend, a movie that she loves dearly. Yeah, I'm looking through, I see the cast, and I see, okay, so you got Bette Davis, you've got Margaret in her very first movie, Peter Falk, Columbo. Okay, I'll see what's going on here. And I was captivated. I really was. I thought it was a great story. This superstitious gangster and this, for lack of a better term, disheveled homeless woman who knows nothing but to hustle and is able to hustle a gangster into paying her well every day for an apple that he believes is lucky and ends up getting made over to look like a high society socialite to convince her daughter's soon to be father in law that they are just as prestigious and well off as he is. And they pull it all off. Yeah, there's a few hiccups along the way, but in the end, they pull it all off. And the Count and Carlos and even Louise are none the wiser to what Annie really deals with on a day to day basis. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was such a good story. And it's definitely something I wouldn't mind seeing again. I got a couple more old movies that I got to take a look at this week. Again, at the top of the half hour, I'm going to review The Great Race. And then on Wednesday is a Gene Wilder film called Start the Revolution Without Me. I know little to nothing about these movies other than some of the people that are starring in them. Huge Gene Wilder fan, so I'm looking forward to that. But I hope that those movies can be as good as this one was, because I thoroughly enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. Maybe it's because of the period piece, the time that the movie took place. You know, again, you're talking about Prohibition and the end of Prohibition. And for some reason, I feel captivated to those type of movies, to those eras and the gangsters. Just something about it is easy on the eyes for me when I watch a movie. And this was no exception. It was really good. As a matter of fact, when it comes to this film, I'm going to give Pocketful of Miracles 4 out of 5 stars. Again, a little bit of room for improvement if I see it again, if I enjoy it as much again, add it to my media library. But for first viewing, 4 out of 5 I feel is solid. Have any of you seen Pocketful of Miracles? And if so, what did you think? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. And let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys stay tuned in at the top of the half hour, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And as I said, we are about to take a look at The Great Race, starring Jack Lemmon, Tony Curtis, Natalie Wood, Peter Falk, Keenan Wynn, Vivian Vance, Hal Smith, Denver Pyle, and others. And then tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, it'll be time once again to open up the doors for Stat Boy Sports Bar, featuring Dory Lou. The food is hot, the beer is ice cold, and the seats are warm, so pull yourself up a bar stool and engage in some sports conversation with your barkeeps, Stat Boy Mike and Dory Lou. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel. We got The Great Race coming up at the top of the half hour, Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou tomorrow, and so much more still to come right here on the channel. Again, you don't want to miss any of it, so make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE watch-along coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Bette Davis, fans of Peter Falk, anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video. Share it with them, as it's the only way we're going to keep my visibility up in YouTube's algorithms now that we are in fact a monetized channel right here on the platform. Thank you once again to everybody out there who joined me and tuned in today. It means so much more to me than you guys will ever know. I will see you guys next time.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.